Hey, this is Crinkly Bottom Radio, where FM means fine music and AM means, morning. I'm Tony Blackburn, and this is the part of my show I call My Favourite Records. This is where we have a guest in the studio who tells us about the music he'd just have to take with him if he had to go somewhere for a very long time, like the M25, or the queue for Power Rangers at Toys R Us. And today, I'm honoured to have as my guest, Mr. Blobby.
Oh, Blobby! Blobby, Blobby, Blobby! Oh, Blob!
Welcome back. You join us with Mr. Blobby, top of the pop chart. Sorry.
A bit conscious about my weight at the moment, Josh. It's a bit... Just call me Tom Craine, please.
With Tom Craine, top of the pop charts. I'm joined by Tom Craine for episode 3, which is basically, I suppose, the fall of Mr. Blobby.
Yeah.
We've had the rise of Noel
Which is something he loved to do, actually, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Not a prat falling, not a falling down.
But it was less funny this time.
Yeah, actually quite sad, yeah.
We've had the rise of Noel Edmonds, then the rise of Mr. Blobby.
Mm-hmm.
He's Christmas #1. But Mr. Blobby doesn't exist in a vacuum. Britain loves a puppet. So I'd like to go back just to another case study of quite how obsessed Britain and their entertainment industry can be with the power of puppets.
Yeah! Welcome back, Rat fans, to Roland Live. Now, I would like you to meet now my special guest star, Christopher Biggins from On Safari.
Good morning.
Welcome, Christopher.
That's very nice of you to have me on the show, Roland. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good.
Would you like my autograph?
I would, actually.
Yeah?
Yes, if that's all right.
Yeah, careful
Good.
organiser.
So that is Roland Rat. How much do you know about Roland Rat? I imagine you're a bit old to know that much about Roland Rat.
Yeah, I don't know loads about Roland Rat. I think he maybe lived in a broom cupboard. Is that right?
No.
Or if I confuse my two things.
There you go. But that's interesting, right?
Once again, I lacked, because I didn't have a TV.
Well, it was before your time. It was mid-80s.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
So the story of Roland Rat is inextricably linked to the story of breakfast television in the United Kingdom. Until 1972, you couldn't legally broadcast at breakfast time.
Really?
So in the mid-60s, you could broadcast for 7 hours a day.
Right.
And 7.5 hours at weekends. You couldn't broadcast throughout the day. Then in 1972, Conservative Party opened it up to broadcasters. But for 10 years, nobody thought it was worth it.
Yeah. That's fascinating as to why you weren't allowed, though.
Well, I suppose it goes back to that Lord whatever we discussed from the BBC, who said that if you had pop music on all the times, it would be like having the pubs all the times.
Right, okay.
People thought in the 60s that pop music, television, alcohol were the road to...
So Roland Rat would be like having a Guinness
Sodom.
for breakfast, basically.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yeah, exactly. Roland Rat, you know you've got a TV problem when you get up and the first thing you do is reach for the remote. That's when you know that you're a telly addict.
Yeah.
Which, incidentally, is a television show that Noel Edmonds hosted, Telly Addicts, which we don't cover. Very nice. So in 72, the Tories, they say you can broadcast when you want. None of the channels, so that's BBC 1 and 2 and ITV, not Channel 4 in those days, thought it was worth it. They were like, no one would watch TV at breakfast.
Yeah.
And then ITV make the decision in the early 80s that they're going to launch breakfast television.
Because that does feel like there's an obvious chance there for whatever channel wants to do it first.
It feels mad.
Because even if you don't hoover up everyone, there surely should be enough by dint of the fact you're the only channel that you're going to get some viewers.
Well, it's interesting you say the first, right? So ITV award the franchise TVM to launch in 1983. So they are launching February the 1st, 1983.
Yeah.
And the BBC hear this and basically rush theirs through and launch 2 weeks earlier.
Really? Oh, wow.
So I was born 2 months later, and my mum always says that obviously she was up very early, so she was one of the first people that was watching loads. She said she was watching all of breakfast TV because you were up with a kid. So it was a really exciting new thing.
Yeah.
So it's ITV versus BBC, this huge fight for success. Incredibly, ITV went highbrow and BBC went lowbrow.
Right.
Which is not what you would expect.
Yeah.
But to give you an idea of the time, this is a quote from Nick Ross, who was presenting BBC's Breakfast Time. It's just called Breakfast Time. This was one of the things he said on the first ever episode. Some people hold the view that TV in the morning is decadent and sinful. It's not. The decadence.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
The sinful decadence of getting up and switching on the TV.
Yeah. Like Romans bathing in milk.
Yeah.
It's...
Good morning to you. We really have been astonished at the goodwill and the good wishes we've received from the papers, cards all over the place, the publicity we've received. We're conscious too, though, that there are cynics, that some people hold the view that television in the morning is sort of decadent and sinful.
Oh, it is.
It's not.
Yes, it's
not, and we're determined to make Breakfast Time what its sister programmes are in so many other countries across the world. Bright, informative, simply the natural way to start the morning.
It is so interesting. It really does speak to that era, doesn't it? Of
Yeah, it's mad.
wasting your life and how you should be spending your life and the idea.
Well, I suppose the relationship to televisions is similar to our relationship currently to mobile phones.
Yes. Yeah.
Television, even when I was a kid in the 90s, television was seen as a outwardly bad thing, a guilty thing. And now, I don't think it's not. Mobile phones have taken up that kind of cartoon baddie situation. I'm not saying that they're not.
Yeah.
We're all fighting addiction to our mobile phones. But that was how television was treated when I was a kid. So in the 80s, and people were thinking about the sinful decadence of watching Nick Ross talk about the news at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
Do you want a quote from the Spectator magazine?
Yep.
There is no earthly reason why anyone of any intelligence would want to watch it.
Wow.
And Cambridge University held a debate on whether it marked the end of civilization.
Come on, guys.
Come on. The first show on BBC, the first BBC Breakfast Time is incredible. There's an amazing bit right at the start where they go, because you forget that one of the kind of icons of breakfast TV is to have the clock on at all times.
Yeah.
And they, like 30 seconds in, they say, and because we're watching time or whatever, here's the clock. And the clock appears on screen. And that's like the moment that breakfast TV has a clock. But the best bit of it is they have a woman...
Breakfast TV without a clock feels quite stressful. So you're not quite sure how are you late? What's going on? Where am I? Should I really be watching this sort of what to wear for autumn?
I suppose the clock signifies that you are literally filling time.
Yes,
you are not watching this for any other reason than to fill time.
That's a very good point.
Like
no other sort of entertainment medium has that. If you go to the cinema,
the lack of confidence to say the reason you're going to leave this is you want to leave at a certain time. We could do nothing to keep you here.
Yeah. Although I've been to some plays where I'd have quite liked it if they come out at the top and say, by the way, just to let you know, when this meets the hour, you'll be able to leave again. So just get through this, you'll be fine. Yeah.
The Green Goddess was the fitness expert, and she would run fitness, like on TV fitness, which we now see as quite a kind of normal thing. I mean, it doesn't exist as much as it did, but she was the kind of first in the UK.
I've seen clips.
Day one, she does it in Waterloo Station. Let's have a look at that.
It's cold, it's dark, it's a bit miserable. And the last thing you want to do is get out of bed and certainly think about work. But come on, Britain, wake up, shape up, and stretch up. Let's get Britain fit. And this morning here at Waterloo Station, I've got some marvellous people who are going to help me keep fit. Anybody else who'd like to join us, do come and take a position up here. First of all, though, I'd like you to take your shoes off. The gentlemen, under your coats. Make yourselves feel comfortable. Put your papers down and your pipes and your umbrellas. We might need those a little bit later on.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
What I like is in the background, you can see someone who works for National Rail just having a fag, just smoking behind her while she's doing, let's get fit, shall we? And there's someone just smoking in the background.
It just looks so... It's January.
Yeah.
Waterloo Station at, 7:30 a.m.
Yeah.
Commuters just stood there in the
sound of the tannoy in the background, just people going on their way to work. How have those commuters been rounded up as well?
I know.
In
How
their
much
coats?
do you want to be in TV? Like, how much do you want to be on TV? I suppose it's preferable to, being fired out of a cannon. If that's your other way of getting onto television. So, ITV basically throws a load of money at expensive hosts.
Okay.
They were called the Famous Five, and they're Michael Parkinson, David Frost, Angela Rippon, Anna Ford, and Robert Key. There is a disaster that befalls the Famous Five before it has even started. This is one of the maddest things that I'd say has ever happened in television. They
had to solve a murder on an island with a small dog.
The 5%ers are sent their contracts. Due to an administrative error,
oh no,
they're all sent to the wrong people, and they all see
each other's what people getting earning.
Yeah.
Oh no. Oh no, and they realise that some of them are more famous than others.
Yeah. So Ripon discovers she's being paid 60 grand a year while Anna Ford is getting 145 grand a year. The women also learnt that Frost and Parkinson are each being paid $250,000 a year.
Yeah. They also find out their embarrassing middle names. Wanted to keep secret.
Wow. It goes on air. Mm-hmm. The ITV one is an absolute disaster.
Yeah.
Michael Parkinson's words, God knows how we got on air. We floated in on a cloud of bullshit.
Right.
And then there's boardroom maneuverings. This guy, Peter Jay, is the original guy, there's a boardroom coup where Jonathan Aitken, who's a Tory MP, takes over. He's not allowed to run it because he's a sitting MP, so his brother takes over.
Yep.
Ford and Ripon speak publicly about that being treachery, that they got rid of the original guy, and then they got sacked for breach of contract.
Right.
The very contracts they didn't get sent. And then Ford sees Aitken at a party and throws a glass of wine over him, and that ends up in the papers.
Wow.
And it drops to 200,000 viewers.
Okay.
Bear in mind, in those days, how many viewers are
Yeah, that's tiny.
There's three channels.
Yeah.
Maybe Channel 4 by now, I can't remember. There's 3 or 4 channels.
200,000 viewers isn't great now.
Yeah, and BBC Two presumably hasn't got it. So it's literally 2 options.
Yeah.
Who comes to the rescue? Roland Rat.
Come on, King. Let's get down to some real rat rapping.
What are you talking about, Roland?
Scratching, Kevin.
What? Records, Roland?
No, please, Kevin. Please. It's all the rage, Kev. First you find a flea, preferably under the armpit, then chase it, Kev, round your shoulder blade and scratch.
Yeah!
Scratch.
Roland Rat makes his first appearance on April the 1st. 3 days later, Greg Dyke takes over as director of programmes of it. Greg Dyke's often given the credit for Roland Rat. They just arrived at the same time. Roland Rat was first. He's genuinely regarded as the saviour of ITV's breakfast television. Just Roland Rat. This is the power of Roland Rat.
Yeah.
He was described as the only rat to join a sinking ship.
Great.
Brilliant. So during the summer, when he was on and breakfast time was handed over to Roland Rat, viewers went from 100,000 to 1.8 million. Wow. This is the popularity of Roland Rat.
So what was Roland Rat doing on this show then?
He's really brash and confident. That's it. He says,
yeah.
hi, Rat fans. His Wikipedia, his occupation is listed as superstar. Like, the joke is that he's a superstar.
Okay. Yeah.
And that he says, I'm the only good thing about this show. I'm saving this show. All this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He's written, one of the writers is Richard Curtis.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's other writers. He basically becomes a star. He just becomes absolutely massive.
Yeah.
And everyone, even though they make loads of changes, everyone says Roland Rat saved TVAM.
Okay.
There's a great thing he does where there's a Grand Prix driver called Roland Ratzenberger. Okay. And he races Roland Ratzenberger. He meets Roland Ratzenberger. Roland Ratzenberger, this is a sad coda.
Yeah.
Roland Ratzenberger is killed in qualifying the same weekend as Ayrton Senna is killed. That gets lost under the fact that Ayrton Senna died on the Sunday. He died on the Friday, I think. Wow. 2 fatalities in the same weekend. That's a bleak aside. But
yeah, no, interesting though. Yeah.
So he becomes a star. Roland Rat. He's huge.
Can't stop thinking about Richard Curtis, by the way. I've got a Love Her Actually joke, but I'm going to just let you know how that would work. Different stories of different rats, meeting in airports and stuff like that.
It's good stuff.
It's all a bit problematic now, but at the time people enjoyed it.
It's actually it's grim towards mice, isn't it? Actually, that's right. David Claridge is the man behind Roland Rat. He's like a puppeteer. Do you want to quote Greg Dyke? He was the most boring man in the world until he put his arm up a rat's arse. In which case, he became funny.
There is so much skill from puppeteers, people who do that. When we've had Basil Brush on The Last Leg, the skill, the life they put into it. I know it sounds stupid. Like
it sounds mad, but there is a star quality to puppets.
Absolutely.
There isn't with... So we've worked in TV 15 years, maybe, and you often get to work with a puppet because they get brought on to things.
Yeah.
You could have any celebrity on a show, very few people will get a selfie.
Yeah.
The moment you have a puppet, Zippy or Basil Brush, everyone wants a photo.
Yeah.
There's something mad about, and this is kind of what this Roland Rat thing is showing. Britain is obsessed with puppets.
Yes.
They love them. There's something about them, particularly puppets that are, and I think what it is Roland Rat, Zippy, Emu. Puppets are a way of having an anarchic voice that would say things you would never say if it was a human being.
Yep.
They are, Britain loves a rude puppet
Yes.
that will pop the pomposity of celebrities. That is what they like.
Absolutely.
And that's what Roland Rat is. That is why he saved TVAM.
And by extension, characters like Ali G, people like this, there's a similar sort of...
Totally.
It's a filter through which those things can be said.
Exactly. And that is the culture that Mr. Blobby has accidentally fallen into almost being the biggest ever of.
Yeah.
David Claridge, in the same way that they target the news stories about the guy that played Mr. Blobby, David Claridge, they dig up some stories on him, but they're much more juicy.
Right.
Because he was big on the new wave club scene in the 80s.
This is Roland Rat.
Roland Rat's operator. Yeah. Tabloids discovered that he'd established a rubber latex fetish night called Skin 2 at Stallion's nightclub in Soho, which obviously at the time in the 80s is catnip to the tabloids.
Yes, ratnip. Yeah.
He's handed over the club by this point, but basically the tabloids find old quotes where he said, I'd like people to accept rubber clothing more. I'd like to see it on the high street. Some dress up in appreciation of the fabric. Some like bondage and whipping. A lot of whipping goes on. And TVAM, obviously. It's a great story because breakfast TV and that are very different worlds.
Yes.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Roland Rat's such a success. He gets a 3-year contract at the BBC. He leaves TVAM. His quote, I've saved TVAM and now I'm here to save the BBC.
Wow. So he left ITV and moved to the BBC.
Yeah, he was there for 6 years. He's signed to the BBC, gets his own show.
I did not know that. That's so good. Yeah.
Turn on to a new season of entertainment on BBC One. The excitement mounts as one of Britain's top superstars returns from holiday to host his own Saturday night series.
Yes, fans, I'm back, leading the autumn programmes on BBC Three with the most expensive series ever to come out of this bureaucratic dump. Roland Rat the series. Yeah, it's brilliant. You'd be a fool to miss it. Yeah.
And he's kind of proof of 3 things. The love of the puppet we've discussed, the fact they want the puppet to kind of be rude and obnoxious, and also he's good proof, a bit like Mr. Blobby, that people try and give these puppets almost a cultural power.
Yep.
They try and go, Roland Rat saved breakfast television, or Mr. Blobby was the biggest thing in the 90s.
Yeah.
Because it feels an exciting story.
Yeah.
Can I just make one last digression onto TVM, because this blows my mind. Giles Brandreth hosted for a bit on TVM.
Cool.
In 1987, him and Cheryl Baker, the Bucks Fizz singer turned TV presenter, broke the record for the world record for the longest screen kiss.
Oh.
A marathon of 3 minutes and 33 seconds. They're not a couple.
Wow.
Baker before it said, actually, I've had a runny nose, so just hope you've got a big top lip to catch it as it drips.
Oh.
This bit is mad. 3 years earlier.
Are they just pacing? Have you seen the footage?
No.
I want to know if it's tongued or they're just pushing mouth to mouth. What's the situation? Is it sort of like resting of lips? Do you think it's French style? What's going on? What would be your guess? I think it has to be just the resting of lips, doesn't it?
Oh, here we go. Michael's just found it. Yeah, it's just a stationary lip. It's just there's no animation to it.
He's gone with the arm around the back.
There's no passion to it.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it? We're commentating on a kiss from 40 years ago. I wonder why they stopped. You could set a much bigger record than 3 minutes 33.
Yeah. It's enough to be getting on with, though, isn't it? 3 minutes 33?
Yeah, I suppose. You've got the record.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
But it's like a snooker play. You want to clear up the colours, even if you've won the frame, don't you? It was his second attempt at the same world record.
Right.
3 years earlier, he tried it with Anne Diamond on TVM. But they had failed because the show suddenly had to go live to Moscow to cover Brezhnev's funeral.
And they thought it was inappropriate to keep kissing.
They could have had it in a little box in the corner, couldn't they?
Also, they must have known the funeral was happening.
Yeah.
It's not going live to cover the death. It's like
No, exactly. It's not breaking news.
Exactly. It must have been booked in.
Yeah.
It's not an impromptu funeral. Just on a whim.
Yeah, that was Valentine's Day 87, the Brandreth kiss.
Okay, yeah.
Do you want to hear about a worse Valentine's Day on TV AM?
Yes.
And then we'll get back to Mr. Blobby. There's a whole series in British breakfast television because it's mad. Nick Owen, he said, and so Nick Owen, this might be BBC actually, sorry. Nick Owen said it was the 14th of February 1984 and it was a really busy day. We had live broadcasts coming in from Moscow and Australia. We know what the broadcast from Moscow is there.
Yes, yeah.
That's Brezhnev's funeral. That's 3 years earlier. It's the same episode as Brandreth's original kiss.
Yeah.
I nipped to the loo and the sound department didn't notice I'd gone. Because my microphone was still on, I shared, a very private moment with millions of people. People phoning in and writing in asking what the hell was going on when Anne Diamond was speaking just now. It sounded like she was on the banks of the Zambezi.
Such a funny river to choose.
It's amazing. No one wrote that. He's embellished the story in a lovely manner.
Zambezi. Great.
But Roland Rat is a sign of what a puppet can do in the UK.
Yeah.
And Blobby has reached that point. But Blobby Mania doesn't last as long as Roland Rat Mania. Blobby, after the single, it's already failing. Michael Lego, who we've said is the producer behind him, said he was complete Marmite. People loved him or hated him, but you couldn't escape him. Impossible not to have an opinion about him.
Right, yeah, that's fair.
Which is true,
Yeah,
but
it is
so
fair.
weird.
Absolutely, yeah.
That he was the most divisive figure in the UK.
Yeah.
Got into all the rubbish areas of culture. 1995, Littleborough and Saddleworth by-election, someone changed his name to Mr. Blobby and stood as Mr. Blobby. That kind of thing.
Okay.
He changed his name by deed poll to Mr. Blobby.
Was he wearing the suit? Or was he
You'd
just
presume so.
a bloke
I've got no idea.
in a
But
shirt
sure.
tie called Mr. Blobby?
He came 7th out of 10 candidates with 105 votes.
What a waste of his time. What are you doing?
What a waste of life.
Just do something else. Take up fishing or something.
February 1994, this is 2 months after the single. It's been number one and it's all starting to go wrong. The Sun reported that Blobby reduced a girl to tears after throwing her birthday cake to the floor during a show in Luton. And then her dad had punched Blobby.
Which he wouldn't have felt. That is the one good thing. We found out that's twice. We got punched by Carling and by this dad.
Yeah.
The suit is big enough.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Punch me as much.
Exactly, yeah.
He'd be a great sparring partner in a build up to a big fight. If Anthony Joshua said, I'm sparring with Mr. Blobby.
Yeah.
The headline was Dad gives Mr. Blobby a smack in the gobby. It's good
That's
stuff.
great. That's really good.
Great
Yeah.
stuff. People are just outwardly slagging him off.
Yeah.
Michael Parkinson of TVM fame described him as far from amusing. Bob Mortimer described him as a pink spotty rubber twat. So basically the country's turning on Blobby.
The tide is turning, yeah.
The tide is turning. March 1994, Elizabeth Colbert of the New York Times writes a story about what's going on in the UK. Because
Right.
bear in mind, no one in America knows this is happening. Here's some choice quotes. His frozen smile has a malevolent curve. Blobby is Barney without his medication. Barney being the American
Oh, yes.
kind of
Dinosaur
puppet,
thing.
dinosaur
Yeah.
thing. So this is their view. Mr. Blobby's rise to stardom has provoked anguished commentaries about just what he stands for. Some commentators have called him a metaphor for a nation gone soft in the head. Others have seen him as proof of Britain's deep-seated attraction to trash.
Right.
Which I think's slightly rich from an American.
But not a million miles wide of the mark.
No, but it cannot comprehend Blobby's appeal to this nation of Shakespeare, Milton and Philip Larkin. I don't know about it. So you get to this point where everyone hates Mr. Blobby. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what we remember about him.
Yes, absolutely. That he was just a figure who people found really annoying towards the end.
And I think the point is that he was created to be annoying.
Yeah.
The joke was that he's annoying, but the problem was once he was removed from his correct context, which was pissing off Will Carling, people didn't know why, didn't get the joke.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Also, is there an argument that people are, for instance, Elizabeth Colbert of the New York Times, are trying to read too much into what is just a fad? Does he represent Britain's absolute dissent?
What's her point? That it represents the fact that we are moving away from
We're a
the
nation,
great artists, the great writers, the
deep-seated
great
attraction to
poets.
trash.
Yeah. I mean, is there an element of truth in the fact that it is the embracing of sort of a levity, a lightness, sort of informal, stupid sort of television and that hadn't been there before? So maybe it is a reaction, not necessarily to trash, but a reaction to quite stiff, proper broadcasting and that sort of stuff that had come previously. It's interesting, the idea of context as well is so important with him. I think that he was at his best when you watch Noel's house party and he would come out in the house with Noel and would crash through the door and all this sort of stuff, really live in the moment stuff with the audience. I thought that was great because that was the real mayhem. That's what he was designed for, wasn't it, really?
Totally agree. But I understand why he was so annoyed.
Yeah.
Because his single is awful.
Yeah.
In this moment, as Blobby teeters on the brink, Noel Edmonds launches a series of Mr. Blobby theme parks.
I'm, not to sort of assume, but I'm imagining that didn't work out.
Crinkly Bottom, also referred to as Blobbyland, that was the title of 3 theme parks in the 90s in Britain.
3.
Cricket St Thomas, Morecambe, Lowestoft.
The big ones. I've got 3 clocks on my wall. I've got 4. One's New York, then it's the other. It's 3. Yeah.
Noel does an interview to promote the launch of the first one in Cricket St Thomas. The park, he says, will probably outlive Blobby. And then he pauses and said, it'll probably outlive Noel Edmonds.
Yeah.
Which, short of an admission that he's, not got long to live, proves.
Is there not an argument he should have opened one, seen how that went?
Yeah. Well, they're not all
maybe...
opened at the same time.
Okay,
they're opened over a space of a few years.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Let's start with Cricket St Thomas.
Yes, great.
Would you like to have a look at the advert that was shown on TV?
Love to.
Come and see us at Crinkly Bottom at Cricket St Thomas near Chard in Somerset. It's Britain's first TV theme park. Visit Mr. Blobby's house. See the wonderful wildlife parkland. Enjoy family fun in Blobbyland. Crinkly Bottom is 20 minutes from Junction 25 on the M5 and 10 minutes from the A303.
What I love, and I'm sure you're about to make the same point, would you like to draw attention to it?
Well, mine was on the fact that this is what all adverts were like back then, where it was 95% how you get there.
It's incredible.
At what junction it's on.
You've got 25 seconds, and one of the things is where it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
pre-sat nav, that's what it is.
It starts with near Chard in Somerset,
yeah,
which I think underestimates the country's knowledge of where Chard is.
Yeah.
And then the junction, the A303.
Yeah.
It's the perfect advert of a man who's bringing a motorway service station to a desert island. Absolutely. Perfect.
It doesn't smack of confidence that people are going to just find it, keep pushing until they've found it. It really is. It's sounding a bit panicked towards the end.
Yeah, exactly. How would you find it in those days? Obviously, you couldn't Google.
Well, large road maps, but hopefully those big brown signs.
But also, the road maps haven't been reprinted yet.
Oh, yeah.
So,
to be fair to him, in that case, it's done it right.
Yeah. So that's the one in Cricket St Thomas. What I didn't realise, I thought it was a theme park that he'd built. It was originally a theme park that he's kind of rebranded into being Blobbyland. So it's some of the things in the original theme park. You saw the elephants there.
Yeah.
And he describes it as Britain's first TV leisure park.
Okay, right. So what's that?
It basically means that there's lots of Blobby stuff, but there's also like Noddy.
Okay, yeah.
And there's lots of kind of other...
things that they could clear.
Things that they could clear.
Yeah.
Things that they had the rights to.
Okay, yeah.
But Blobbyland, it's got lots of Blobby-themed things. It's got the smell shop, the gunge factory, the town hall, the peculiar pet shop, potty plant land, cuckoo clock shop, bakery, and the Crinkly Bottom Oak Cuisine Emporium.
Brilliant. Okay.
Do you remember these existing?
I do remember Blobby. I do remember Crinkly Bottom. That.
And you remember it as a disaster?
Yes, I have a memory of it not working out. Yeah, absolutely.
Initially, it was a huge success.
Oh, was it? Okay.
By the end of the second season, it clocked up 1 million fans.
Wow.
Through the gates.
Wow.
Just off the A303.
Yeah.
And one couple used it to get married.
Oh, sweet. Okay.
Do you reckon they regret that?
So where did they get married, do you think? Of the list of things, is it in the Haute Cuisine place? Is it the cuckoo clock shop?
Mr. Blobby's Oak Cuisine Emporium? Oh, no, the Crinkly Bottom Oak Cuisine Emporium.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I don't know. But that's quite nice.
Yeah.
Morecambe. Happy Mount Park in Morecambe, July 1994. So the first one opened in, same month. Noel Edmonds' World of Crinkly Bottom.
Now thinking about Noel Edmonds' Crinkly Bottom, which is quite an image.
I kind of think it's got to be broader, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Because if anyone from abroad is, no one's going to Noel Edmonds' World of Crinkly Bottom. Unless Blobby's not in the title. Noel Edmonds has now become such a figure.
Yeah.
Noel Edmonds is the is the Mickey Mouse. It had promised to bring in 240,000 additional visitors to Morecambe every year.
Yeah.
And it was dubbed the resort's most ambitious tourism adventure in decades. Complaints flood in. It's a disaster.
Okay.
A local DJ, Steve Middlesbrough. Great.
Okay.
So many good names. Steve Middlesbrough.
Yeah.
Said
Doesn't sound like a real name, that does it?
No, it doesn't.
Witness protection sort of job. That's completely.
Well, it's his DJ name, Steve
Okay,
Middlesbrough.
yeah.
His name's Steve Sunderland. He was at the opening.
Yeah.
He said, it certainly wasn't Disney. People were coming up to me and asking, where is it? And I told them, you've just been through it.
Oh, that's so good.
6,000 people signed a petition to scrap it. It's closed after 13 weeks.
Wow.
Costing the city council £2.5 million.
13 weeks.
Large losses. There's a local scandal.
Yeah. Understandably.
Councillors are toppled.
Mm-hmm.
There's an auditor's investigation.
Yep.
Quote from that. The failure of the council to carry out market research, the failure to make informed estimates of the attendance figures, the absence of a design concept, the absence of a detailed specification, and the absence of an accurate financial forecast.
Yeah, seemingly the absence of Blobby as well.
The absence of Blobby. This is mad, though. Unique, which is Noel's company, they successfully sue the council.
Right.
Whose actions are described as imprudent, irrational, and even unlawful for 950 grand.
And they were.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
The council's already lost a load of money.
Yeah.
But I suppose Unique's lost a load of money, but
yeah,
I'd say that's the first sign of the Noel Edmonds that we're going to see a lot of in part 4.
Yeah.
So that's something to look forward to. Lowestoft actually goes all right.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. Outlives the 90s and continues after the Creakley Bottom branding.
Okay.
There's a nice coda to the whole thing.
Okay.
Which is in the 2000s. Urban explorers, they're called. They go into the woods in Cricket St Thomas and they find
the body of Blobby.
They it was in that bin bag all along.
It's appalling.
No, they find a 20-year derelict Blobby village.
What?
Yeah. So Blobbin, which is his house, which is a great name for a house. They take photographs of it. The blogger called Captain Stealth.
Yeah.
So many good names.
I really want to say Blobber there, but there's just too many.
The Blobber. Captain Stealth. Don't miss an opportunity like that.
Yeah, okay,
You're here for a reason. These are the last remains of Blobby, the Mr. Blobby amusement park, closed down 10 years ago when people sadly lost interest in him.
Yeah.
This site becomes a bit of a mecca. It gets used for illegal raves.
Amazing.
Which is kind of the most 90s clash of illegal raves in a Mr. Blobby, desolate Mr. Blobby theme park. It's like all the different bits of the UK in the 90s.
But that is the sort of thing I'd have loved to have gone to if I was 2021. That's a sale. That's your top line sale. It's in a closed Blobby theme park.
The ravers, this is a quote. No, the ravers should have more respect for Mr. Blobby. This is a quote from someone. He was a hero to a lot of kids, and the thought of them taking drugs and having all-night raves in his house is completely disrespectful.
Right.
The polystyrene toilet is taken in 2013 and put in an art gallery.
Okay.
There's graffiti all over it. So it's like people was here, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's one that just says, Noel Edmonds, stop pretending Deal or No Deal is more than it is. Do you want to see the photos?
I'd love to see the photos.
Of Blobbin in the early 2010s.
Oh, wow. So I'm looking at one here, which is like Tracy Emin's bed.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
All the stuff's still there. There's a duvet.
It reminds me of, do you remember like when the NME would put up pictures of Pete Doherty and Carl Barat's flat?
Yes.
And it's like...
There is something of that, isn't there? I actually now think this would be the creepiest place in the world to go for a rave.
It's a bit like I've been murdered by a serial killer who's obsessed with children's television.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, completely. Also, a lot of these people are going to be high. They're going to be tripping. This is going to completely freak them out, surely.
Would you go to an illegal rave there? Well, you're a 42-year-old man. Would you have gone there 10 years ago?
It might be hard to push through.
Claire,
I can't do
an
bedtime
illegal
tonight.
rave at Blobbin.
Yeah, let me explain. No, this is absolutely petrifying. There's a sort of Blair Witchy quality.
There is, isn't there?
Yeah, there's something sort of deeply unsettling about it. But I can see why people would have gone.
And then it's all over for Blobby. Yeah. He peters out. He doesn't break out of the UK. They try various foreign versions of House Party.
I'm really hoping he sort of leaves the industry and settles into quite a sensible job.
Yeah, he does.
Like a teacher or something.
Well, he's made enough money, he just retires.
He's retired.
There's a Danish version of House Party with Blobby, just called Blobby, and it lasts for 6 episodes of the 13. They do that a lot abroad. Cancel a show halfway through the run.
Yeah.
You never get that in the UK. There's a German version. Mr. Blobby's not included because they consider that he doesn't strike a chord with the Germans.
Okay, right.
And then House Party ends. So Blobby is dropped at the end of Series 7, 1997.
Mm-hmm.
And then House Party ends March 1999. And it's a really nice watch, the end of Noel's House Party.
Oh, is it? Okay.
So Mr. Blobby makes a surprise appearance in the final sketch. During the episode, he orders Edmonds to confess that dropping him from the show was a mistake.
How?
I don't know, but Edmonds
He's only able to say Blobby.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I need to... I don't know about that, but I haven't watched the whole episode.
Okay, yeah.
But Edmonds is forced to say, I wouldn't be in this mess if I hadn't sacked him. And then the final episode ends with Noel making a speech. It's quite a really... He's an incredible TV host.
Completely, yeah.
He's unbelievable. And he kind of makes this lovely speech.
It's... The end of this show is not quite working out the way I thought it would, but anyway, it's an overworked expression when people say it's the end of an era, but for BBC Television, for the entertainment department, for me, and possibly you, it really is the end of an era. I hope your memory will be very kind to us. After 169, bye.
And then he goes up some stairs and he's sprayed in the face with a fire extinguisher by Freddie Starr.
Is he aware this is going to happen?
I don't know. I
really hope not.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. I don't know whether Freddie Starr's involved in that. Freddie Starr's a kind of old school comic from those days.
I think people do remember it fondly.
Incredibly.
Like, it feels like a very particular time and also quite an important show during that period as well.
Totally. And Ant and Dec, who are, the kings of Saturday night television in the 21st century in the UK, they've always acknowledged Noel's influence. Declan Donnelly said of House Party that the show I always think of when we're trying to make something really exciting.
Oh, really?
And so that's a really good kind of tribute.
Yeah, yeah.
The closing credits are great. So Freddie Starr squirts him in the face.
Yeah.
And then it cuts to a sketch, which, when you watch a sketch and you think, the audience aren't watching this because it's getting nothing.
Yeah.
They've just cut to the sketch. And then you hear a faint laugh and you think, oh no, this sketch is dying on its arse.
Yeah.
But the sketch is incredible. Basically, a sketch it's filmed now, obviously. He hasn't done this in advance. It's Noel dressed up like he's young, doing multicoloured swap shop again. And he's got John Craven and Keith Chegwin there, who were there with him. And the sketch is Noel Edmonds wakes up from a dream on the multicoloured swap shop set. And they said, what did you dream about? And he basically describes Noel's house party.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. He describes the features of Noel's house party.
Yeah.
It's weird this happened. And then, so the whole thing was a dream.
Yeah.
Until Mr. Blobby appears in the swap shop studio.
Okay.
And that's the final twist.
That it wasn't a dream, but you're seeing a VT which was set in... Okay. Yeah.
And what Mr. Blobby had It's a really confusing ending.
Yeah. But initially, a nice concept.
Yeah.
Until Blobby emerges.
Blobby emerges. I suppose that's like Noel's career in a way. Do you want to hear Noel's quote about the end of House Party? That I'd say spans the absolute 2 levels of Noel as an incredible speaker and broadcaster, quite a bitter man.
Okay.
I'm delighted this decision has been made. I feel as though a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders. We have suffered very badly because the Ronan Keating show on before us proved to be a disaster.
Okay. Yeah.
History will prove that House Party was one of the most successful entertainment shows of all time. And
Probably
he is
has,
right.
Yeah.
He is right.
Fair, that is right. Yeah. Absolutely.
And underneath the failed theme parks and the song that people hated, you can't argue that what happened with House Party of Mr. Blobby was an astonishing kind of few years in British popular culture.
Completely.
And nowhere else in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
The weirdest thing, Noel Edmonds goes off for a few years, but it's not the end of Noel Edmonds. And the strangest period of his career is still to come. So it's about to get so much weirder. Basically, what we're looking at next time, a quiz show that he kind of turns into a cult, a means he has of curing cancer, and an attempt to counsel pets down the phone. Also, Blobby kind of comes back as a national treasure. That is all next time.
Well, Mr. Blobby, thank you for a very entertaining time. We've enjoyed it. Have you? Well, I think we can take that as a yes. And how about you, Noel? Have you enjoyed it? Well, let's not disturb them anymore. This is Mr. Blobby's lullaby.
If you'd like to get in touch with the show, and we'd love you to get in touch because that's the best bit of doing a podcast is actually hearing from the audience. If you've got, something about Mr. Blobby we've missed, something we've got wrong, we've tried our best, don't sue us, just correct us. If you've got any questions, any ideas for subjects, you can email us at museumofpopculturepod@gmail.com, and you can follow us on Instagram at museumofpopculturepod.